We had asked Alexandra to join us because the KYOPO project had really stunned all of us as participants for it being the only kind of project of its kind, which then raises the question of what's already been done out there. And this being the United States and identity and defining it being a big part of being an American, we wanted to bring in someone who had a particular focused expertise on other types of art out there, someone who can contextualize what the KYOPO project means in the general landscape. So we wanted to introduce Alexandra, have her talk a bit about her work by having her answer this question first. Can you talk about the complexities of Asian diasporic art and the discourse and the current trends in the interest in the topic by artists, curators, and scholars? And you're more than welcome to draw on your experience working on arts research at NYU and whatever growth you've seen there.
In a recent start to a symposium series at NYU where I work, with the very ambitious title, The Future of Asian Art, we were talking about the current state of Asian art being everywhere, being global, that Asian artists were inhabiting all over the place in the world and producing all over the place. And thinking about Asian American, Asian diasporic art comparatively and seeing the very different works coming about, but also seeing the similar thematics that do show up. And I think I can talk a little bit more about that. But I just wanted to also talk about the field of Asian diasporic art in which she is working in. It's really something that is very nascent and just being built. It's really been the past 10 years that mainstream galleries and exhibitions have been occurring, and having this NEH Institute, the Summer Institute, and also having the Smithsonian put on the National Portrait Gallery exhibition in their series Portraiture Now, Asian American Portraits of Encounter. This is a really, really big deal in the field. It makes sense because people are moving around now globally, living sometimes more than one place or between spaces, but also it's partly thanks to groups like Godzilla, the Asian American Artists Network, bringing forth these types of visibilities, but also scholars, curators, and artists just working, doing the work. We're now thinking that the US government is now saying, okay, let's support this NEH Institute, let's support this Smithsonian Institute show. This is a huge gesture. And Suzhou's work really being showcased as one of the 6 artists in the Smithsonian exhibition. But also talking about more of the thematics now, she talks about many different threads, such as homeland identity, and of course what it means to be KYOPO in a global context, but also notions of home and kinship. But she also takes on these questions as a diasporic artist herself. So she is mirroring this idea of connection as a diasporic artist participating in the creation of artwork, but also this piece mirrors it in that it's connecting all these different people. I mean, look at us all here now. So she's also, on top of that, taken on this politics of positionality and is consciously an auteur of her work, like in the stylization and the format of the actual pieces that you see here. She's stylized it so there's this idea of sameness and this almost like an ethnographer in an artist, that she's become the documenter of the documented, but very consciously, and doing the sameness of like the blank background as you see here and the blank bottom, like the wood floor, very purposefully in order to show difference, right?